Hi guys, so today we are having a look at the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. Now if you haven't heard of these, this is a drugstore dupe, apparently, of the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, these guys cost £4 each and you're getting 3.4 mils of product. There's a whopping 18 shades in the range. So as well as buying the shade that I thought was my shade, I've also picked up some of the darker ones just so you can see the full range. Normally I can't afford to do this, but because these guys were £4, I didn't want to miss that opportunity. So I'm going to swatch the 4 shades that I have on the back of my hand. So the very lightest shade is C1. Now this is too light for me to use as a concealer, but I bought it in case I would be able to use it as a kind of subtle, natural, matte highlight. So you can see the shade that is there. And then I've got shade C3, which is what I can actually use. And see the big Shape Tape style applicator there? So you've got C3 just beside there. And these do look quite close in colour. But think, there's a shade in between this. That's how inclusive they're being with this launch. Next, I've jumped all the way to C15. Now, the reason was I was having trouble finding these because they're so popular. And the first Superdrug I went into, this was the darkest shade they had, so I just grabbed it to show you guys. I wondered about using it as a contour, but it's a little bit on the warm side, I feel. So see at the ends there, it would be just too warm to use as a contour for me. And this is shade C18, which is the actual darkest shade. So we're going all the way from this to this in a drugstore range at £4, which I think is pretty darn amazing. Now, I have used these concealers today and I've got an application section, but I am going to do one little test at the moment, which is I've got a tattoo on my wrist, so I'm gonna see how well it covers that, basically. So, foundation brush. Because this is a black pigment, this is something that's going to be darker than anything that you would normally have to hide on your skin, and it takes out a lot of the pigment on that, I would say. That was a tiny dollop that I put on as well. It is actually buildable too, so put on a little bit more, and it's £4, so you're not wasting loads of money every time you put on a little bit more. But yeah, so see how faded that is? I've been starting at this end, so yeah, it's got a lot of coverage. And yeah, so I done my makeup using this today. I'm going to insert that section now and you guys can see what you think. Okay, so let's start with these guys. So I'm using the shade C3 as a concealer and I'm hoping this is the right shade for me. And let's see, I've already put on my under eye corrector from Urban Decay. And let's zoom in. And yes, my makeup's half done. I've got weird combinations of reviews to film today, so we're doing things in a funny order. So first of all, we've got the massive Tarte Shape Tape-esque applicator. So let's get this on. It is a very hard applicator. Now, I've been using the Colourpop concealer for quite a few weeks now, and it's got a very bendy, it's got a lot of give in it, the applicator in that, so this feels weird momentarily. And ooh, wow, they're not kidding when they said this is full coverage. And it's blending really nice too. Okay, and yeah, I think that was the correct shade for me. That's fun. And let's get my nose, because I always need help there. And a little bit more around my cheek piercings. I went in quite lightly with my foundation today since we're testing a concealer. I thought we should see what it can do. Let's try it on the big freckle and we'll see. Right. This has got a weird smell. It's not unpleasant, it's just unexpected. So okay, these bits that I've left on a bit longer are being a little bit harder to blend out, so my first thought is maybe work an area at a time, because this seems to set down, which is not a bad thing, it's just, you know, you've got to work with that and bear it in mind. But I'm really happy with how this is performing as a concealer. If you follow my channel, you know I've been having some really bad skin at the moment, and yeah, so trying out a new concealer and having good results is going to be quite exciting, I would say. Just fixing the tip of my nose, because I always forget that when I'm doing foundation, and then I realise it looks a little bit weird if anybody sees me like that. So I think I'm done with the C3. Now I bought a couple of other shades. I actually bought 3 other shades. I bought C15 because it was the darkest shade I could find in the first Superdrug that I found these in, but it was a little bit orangey, so I don't think that's going to work as a contour for me. I've got C18, which is the darkest but looked less orangey, so we're going to risk trying this as a cream contour today, because this is the Conceal and Define, Full Coverage, Conceal and Contour is what the range is called, so in theory I should be able to do this, but as I just realised, I'm going to do one cheek at a time, just in case this kind of sets down. So I'm just going to do 3 little dots, and then I've just got this little Topshop synthetic brush. I'm scared already. Who thought using a full coverage concealer as a contour was a good idea? I'll be back. Okay, C3 to the rescue, and you know, we're looking normal again. I don't know why I didn't think that through, or why I put so much of it on. Just like a tiny dot in the back of my hand was what I tried in the shop. And, you know, it does blend out, but it takes a lot of blending. And even then, I think that would be too much for contrast against my face. But I bought these at the very beginning of the week, so I'd clearly forgotten that. Anyway, I still wanted to show you the range of colours, so I'm still glad I bought the darkest one. So, that being said, let's move to the lightest one. So, as I said, the one I used as concealer was C3, and then there's C1, which is 2 shades below. So I'm going to see if I can use that as a little bit of a matte highlight, and just see how that goes. So, just going to dot that on the high points of my cheeks. Maybe not for me, maybe not quite pale enough, but I guess if you were a higher shade in the other concealers, that probably would work. But I think it's going to be a little bit too subtle for my skin tone, for the differences, you know? So It might kind of generally brighten the area a little bit, but I don't think it's going to show like a highlight. So, no. Not so much. Okay, so maybe if you're C5, C6 or above, this might show as a highlight on you, but not for me. So I'm going to go and set my face, and then we will come back and do a timestamp, although if Andy wants one from now, it is 11:30. Okay, fully set, contoured, blushed, so you can see the finished skin for today at 11:35, and I will be back throughout the day. I'm going to go and finish the rest of my face makeup and start my next filming. Hi guys, so it is now 11:15. I have been wearing this concealer all day. As you can see, I have a bridge mark on my nose from my glasses. I didn't want to do too much touching up of my makeup since we are testing the concealer, although they're not on that area, but I didn't want to mess around in that area. So, under eye, still looking pretty good. Still pretty bright, still pretty smooth. Same for my nose, this bit of my nose, chin I did work on. That freckle's still pretty much covered. So, yeah, my forehead is a little bit messed up. I've just been at an ice hockey game and my team did not do very well. So, yeah. I am definitely declaring this product a good buy. A great buy. I was showing one of my friends it today in Superdrug and she was impressed as well. So I absolutely love it. I will be keeping C1 and C3 to use. C15 and 18, as I said, I'd kind of bought them just to kind of demonstrate to you guys, you know, the different colour range that they had. While they do say that you can use these for contour, I think you would have to go just a couple of shades above your normal kind of skin tone, and for me those were all kind of yellowy and wouldn't have worked as a contour. But effectively, I don't think a full coverage concealer is going to be a good contour product, because contour you kind of want to look blended and subtle, and that's not what full coverage is for. So basically C15 and 18 are going to be unused other than the little swatches you saw me doing today. So if you think one of these is your skin colour, drop me a comment down below. I'm more than happy to just post them out to you rather than them going to waste. So yeah, but absolutely love these. If you've got any questions about them, leave them down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please come and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.